Welcome into We Talk Ball. I'm Chris. That's Austin. We're back after a week break for March Madness. Man, I say this every week, we got a loaded show. And I'm not joking this week. This will be our greatest challenge, Austin, to keep this under an hour. We got some Will Wade back to LSU. We got one massive college basketball opening, maybe two coming. Intriguing coordinator hires in the college football. I've already had to take things out of the show. We was going to do win totals on the SEC that just came out, but we're going to push that to next week with our next, the hot seat talk. So we had to take things out of the show, man. So we're going to dive into a little college basketball, which we usually don't do. How we doing?
Yeah, I was kind of excited when you said that today. I was like, wow, we're gonna throw in a different kind of ball. We still talking ball though.
Yeah, we're still
Um,
talking ball.
man, opening day of baseball season. Got
Mm,
Sweet 16 going on right now.
mm.
Um, America should be lucky that we are back tonight.
This is not to derail the show, but I find this time of the year pretty pretty awesome for sports. Like
Yeah,
I love I think it's not till like after this is all done that I start to
Miss
really
football.
miss football because this stuff really holds us over. College basketball holds us over from February to March, getting
I
down the
agree.
stretch, and then you got opening day of baseball that holds us over for a couple of weeks, and then you got college baseball that holds us over, but that ends I think in June. June. It ends in June. So yeah, that July August stretch. And then we got the Masters coming up. So the only time I watch golf, not Austin, but that's the only time I watch it, and I'm excited.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
man, let's dig into it, man. Will Wade, dude, Will Wade, Kim, and oh, we're back.
We're back. I don't know what just happened.
I don't know what just happened either.
Okay,
I hope
we're
that's not
back.
a sign to come. We're only 2 minutes in. I really hope that's not a sign to come.
No, we're good. We're good.
But yeah,
Um,
Will Wade. I mean, Kim, Lane, and Will. Like Kim. That's easily got to be now the most hated threesome of coaches right there in all of college football because you could take each individual, Wade, Lane, and Kim, and they're probably
yeah,
easily top five most hated in their respective sport, right?
absolutely. Like, but what's scary is that all three great hires, like
Yeah.
that's what's gonna be that's what's gonna determine how much I think LSU is hated. But yeah, I think over the next couple of years, LSU could become the villain of college sports, and it'll only happen if they win. But honestly, I
Yeah,
think all
and
all three of them could.
Kim's already won, so
Kim,
I
I
mean,
was gonna say yes.
yeah.
She would be the wild card and already done it, but Lane and Will Wade still have something to prove, but I think they will.
Yeah, I was kind of a little shocked by it. Like full transparency, if you want real deep college basketball talk, Jamal on Athletes Forum podcast on Wednesdays, he digs into the weeds. He loves college basketball. I watch the games, but I don't read much about it. So when I seen the news, I was a little shocked. I know North Carolina State ain't what they was back in the day, but I was a little. I know what LSU basketball is. Other than
Right.
that run they had a little bit, with Shaq and them, and then Will Wade had that little run before his stuff went down. I was a little shocked, but because I'm dedicated to this show, I did spend 2 hours listening to a podcast about it was like a podcast from the North Carolina area, and they cover like all the triangle sports, which is North Carolina State, Duke, and North Carolina. And so I think I got a pretty good idea of what happened here. And it sounds like what it came down to is I don't think Wade understood what he walked into at North Carolina State. I don't think that school is predominantly a basketball school. They love football, they love
Yep.
baseball, they love softball, but that's what they care. That's what they're passionate about is basketball. They're also very in tune with what Duke and North Carolina does. It's a big rivalry between it's the triangle. I'm currently reading a book actually about the heyday of those three programs with Coach K, Dean Smith, and his name's escaped me. The one that died of cancer, that guy, and it's really deeply rooted. Those fans pay really close attention to each other, and I don't think he realized what he walked into, and I think that he went back to LSU because he's comfortable there, and I'll be honest, I kind of think he went back there because there's not a lot of pressure, and LSU fans are going to get really pissed at me because I've seen it on Twitter today. Uh, but I'm gonna push back on y'all giving a shit about basketball. You don't. You never have. You never will. Matter of fact, I saw a predominantly big LSU fan put on Twitter today, um, basically saying like, "Hey, I don't know if we'll wait to win a national championship at LSU, but I do know he'll go to the tournament every year, and I'm just gonna be tickled to death about that." And you can't say that North Carolina State. North Carolina State
Yeah,
fans are not saying that. They want to get back to the heyday. And I do wonder. I think he took it because he can kind of be in the shadows, and because at LSU is Lane Kiffin and baseball. That's the pressure cooker at LSU. It's not basketball. If he gets to the tournament every year, he's good. He's good.
yeah. What what's going to be the bigger job opening, North Carolina or North Carolina State?
North Carolina, without
Yeah,
question. I don't even think it's. I don't even think it's athletes for North Carolina State and Wake Forest are like twins fighting for attention while everyone else in the family loves UNC and Duke. Yeah, and when I was listening to that podcast, they had mentioned Wade apparently made some comments about the caliber of guys Duke got and how impressed he was. It was like I just don't think he realized what he was walking into, and what I've learned they call it the triangle, and I don't think he realized what he walked into, and now he gets to go to LSU where, he is going to get a higher NIL from what I've understood. I don't. Where the hell is LSU getting all this money from? What children's hospital is getting sacrificed?
don't do that.
I mean, I'm just.
That's good. That's group text stuff. Don't talk about that on here.
I, I,
I know.
where is it coming from?
I don't know.
This is a lot of damn money.
It better pay. It better pay off though, and quick.
I mean, yeah.
Um,
I mean, God Almighty. I will say, have you seen the AD's comment? I'm a horrible host. I was supposed to post it. So give us your thoughts, Austin, some more on that while I look for it. But because I had some comments I wanted to show you.
yeah. Um, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't disagree with what you say. Some people don't do well under that much pressure. And as much as we talk smack about the ACC and football, I mean they're used to running basketball.
Yeah.
So maybe that is why he kind of did that old Bart Simpson meme where he just kind of falls back into the or Homer Simpson when he falls back into the bushes. Like that,
Yeah.
that kind of feels like what he did a little bit. Because I mean, LSU, and I know LSU fans will argue this. I know our buddy
I
Snacks
ain't
tried to
made.
argue it a little bit.
No,
LSU is
Snacks
not
won't. Snacks
okay.
won't.
Okay,
Snacks
I
Snacks
could.
said Snacks said in our he admitted in the group chat. He admitted it.
Okay, I couldn't remember, but you can't tell me that LSU is a better basketball job than NC State.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's odd. Boo Corrigan, which is athletic director at North Carolina State, said, "I think Phillip Rivers said it right. In thinking about who we are, what we are, the Wolfpack ain't for soft people."
Ooh,
I'm gonna push back, not on that. Nah, I think that was a kill. That's a gangster quote. What I'm gonna push back on this made me chuckle. I was shocked and surprised as anyone. Brother, do you know who the F you hired?
yeah.
Like, what? You were surprised and shocked that Will Wade did this?
Are we far enough into the show that I can say something that YouTube
Yes.
won't like? You know the old saying, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
I mean, I, and then there's reports out there that Wade has told them he ain't gonna steal any player.
Hmm.
I hope we're far enough in the show for that. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. It's really crazy. Yeah. North Carolina fires Hubert Davis. Um, and we have a potential Bill Self retirement coming. From everything that's being reported, it sounds like that's inevitable. Maybe it changes. So
I
technically,
feel
Kansas is not open yet, but I
he's
think it.
disputing it. He's disputing it though. You're not buying it.
I don't buy anything a damn coach says that comes out of his mouth. To
Yeah.
be honest with you, I mean, half the
No,
Sweet
I
16,
agree.
half the Sweet 16 coaches today that talked today denied that they had any interest in North Carolina job. And I guarantee you, one of them some bitches are going to take it.
Yeah, probably Nate Oates.
The one I believed, yeah, the one I believed was the Iowa State coach. He was pretty. If he does it, then he'll have the ultimate egg on his face with how, like, he was pretty adamant, like,
Yeah.
not happening. So, but yeah, I man, they fired him, and I mean, I thought it was a right call, but what I was going to get that if Kansas does open and North Carolina open, for you people out there that are kind of like me, you're more into college football and maybe don't know how big of a deal that would be in college football terms. This would be like Ohio State and Georgia opening at the same time. That's the magnitude of those two jobs opening. North Carolina and Kansas have always been considered the jobs in college basketball. So I'm really fascinated to see what North Carolina does. I'm really fascinated to see if anybody who takes his job, because I do think landscape has changed so much with the money that you are seeing more coaches stay at schools that they typically would not stay at 10 years ago because those schools are able to raise the money to get them to stay. So I'm
Yeah.
curious to see who North can they get Tommy Lloyd at Arizona, which is the big name. Can they get him? I'm really fascinated to see how that search. I'm gonna search. I'm a sicko for coaching searches. In college, it doesn't matter. I'm going to read about it. So I'm really fascinated about it. Do you have any thoughts before I mentioned a candidate?
No, other than do you think John Shire's success at Duke has anything to do with
Oh,
how
absolutely.
quick everybody's moving on? I mean, we just talked about that triangle. This is all part of it.
Yeah. It's all intertwined. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. North Carolina, I mean, yeah, definitely. Absolutely. And it's really fascinating for the first time in a very long time. They are going to go outside the North Carolina family. Every coaching hire has been connected to Dean Smith.
Yeah.
Every coaching hire. Or to Roy Williams, one of the two, which Roy Williams is connected to Dean Smith. So it's all
Yeah. I mean,
it's a big thing.
that's what I was gonna say though. And you've got, you know, and I don't even I bet if I went and looked at the years, I'd probably baffle me how long ago it's been because it feels like it was yesterday. But I mean, when I think North Carolina basketball, I still think Roy Williams. Like that's who I
Mhm.
grew up watching. When
Me
I
too.
think Duke basketball, I think Coach K. Just like most people, it's comparable to when people think Alabama, they think Nick Saban. You know, um,
Oh, in
so
your case, at your age, Bear Bryant.
watch your mouth. Uh, anyhow, um, so I mean, those jobs have to be tough. Kind of like taking, I'm comparing it to football because I know football more, but it has to be a lot like coming in behind a Nick Saban, and it's tough shoes to fill.
Yeah, it is. One candidate that's getting mentioned, Billy Donovan at the Chicago Bulls. I'm really fascinated what Jamal thinks about this. Number one, Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan is a phenomenal, like he's a legend in the college basketball space. He'll be a Hall of Famer, 2-time national champion, back to back. That doesn't happen very often. So I want to make that very clear that I think Billy Donovan is a great coach. I don't know, dude. I don't know. He hasn't coached a college game in like over a decade. And I'm gonna go on a little rant. I don't know how electric the rant's gonna be because I'm not really in the mood to rant, but and I kind of got it all out on the phone call earlier with you, Austin. So I'm kind of, It's
Spent it.
yeah. I'm spent. It's already been out of my
I
system.
hope I busted your bubble.
Yeah, you did. But I don't know that I keep. He's been out of the game for 10 years, a decade. The college game has changed, and despite what people think, I'm sorry, it is not like the pro leagues because I see this on Twitter all the time. Well, we're closer to it's just like the pros now. He can come back, and there is one thing that you can name in college sports in general that's similar to the pros, and the only thing you can do is say the players are paid. That's it. That's it. This BS that is like the pro game is just total bullshit. Number one, in the NBA, they have actual contracts that are enforceable. You can't go to a home cooked judge and help him break your contract and be a free agent every single year for 4 years in a row. In college sports, you can transfer 4 times and nothing happens to you. You can go sign a 2 to 3 year deal with Mensa. Duke Mensa signed a 3 year deal or 2 year deal,
Yep.
left after 1 year. No, that is not like the pros. It's nothing like the pros. When you sign a 3 year deal with the Chicago Bulls, you're with the Chicago Bulls for 3 years, period. There is no trades. There is no draft. Oh, another thing you don't have to deal with in the pros, you don't got to go rub elbows with your boosters that are rich, and you got to fill their ego up and make them feel good so they can pay for your roster. So I'm so sick of hearing how the game's. It's not. It's not. It's nothing like the pros. It's nothing like the pros, other than you pay the players. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. I like I said earlier, I will push back. I do think Billy Donovan could still be successful in college basketball.
Yeah, I'm very curious. I mean, I wouldn't hate the hire.
I personally would love to hire. I think he's a great coach. I told you earlier, there's yes, when you're a head coach of a major any college sports program, like you just said, there's a lot more to just coaching. Uh, do they call it X's and O's in basketball? I don't know.
Yeah, they do.
Um,
I think
there's a
so.
lot. There's a lot more than just coaching X's and O's. So that would be the stuff that, yeah, he'd have to figure out for sure. But the X's and O's, I think that part hasn't changed. I mean, you could
No,
argue
you're right.
in football it has a lot, and I'm sure it has some in basketball,
Mhm.
past the extent that we know. But in football, I don't know plays and stuff, but I can look at it and tell the game's different. And
Yeah.
basketball, I can't. So um, I still think he could be successful.
Yeah. I just think the guy they should go after, and Jamal's gonna hate this. He has a little hatred for this. I think they should go after Tommy Lloyd at Arizona. I just think the way he's handled this new era in college football, the way he's handled NIL, the way he's handled the portal, the way he's handled international players. I just six. I think it's 4 conference titles in 5 years, 3 16s and 3 Sweet 16s in 5 years, and he's been in the tournament all 5 years. Um, I think
Why would he leave?
I
Why would he leave there when he's
I
fixing to win a national when he's finna win a national championship this year?
don't tell Jamal that. If the Gators,
Only because
lost,
only because I got Arizona in my bracket.
yeah,
That's who I
the
have as my national
Gators
champion.
the Gators losing, and then
And
sorry, I got distracted by a beautiful woman coming into my office. Amazing, beautiful wife. But I only said that because I'm like in the doghouse, so hopefully it helps me out. Miss
yeah,
CFB
well,
talks not happy with me. So anyway, that should help. But yeah, Jamal hates it because if the Gators exiting and Arizona win the national championship, Jamal may disappear. He may disappear because he's got beef with Arizona fans for some of his takes. Not that I disagree with them. I think they're well reasoned takes. It's they're good takes, but he's not made friends in Arizona, buddy.
yeah.
All right.
No,
Oh, go ahead.
no, you're good. Move on.
How we like in March, man? Before we move on to some
I'm
college football. How's
I'm sit.
yeah, I know you love it.
Oh, no, but I mean, it's like being a Bama fan right now, I mean, you're just kind of sitting there like just waiting on our impending doom. So I wouldn't say I love it.
Yeah.
Um, it is nice to still be playing. What what time does Georgia play this weekend? I thought y'all made the tournament. Anyhow,
I
no,
can't
I
stand
mean, all I did was ask a question. But no, man, March Madness is so fun.
it is, man. I've loved it. And this time of the tournament's my favorite because this is
Now there's some
yeah,
great games on. Uh,
it's
this weekend's going to be phenomenal.
oh my god.
Um, look, we can go. You know what? We'll say it on here. We've talked about it. There's no Cinderella this year. I guess Texas is the biggest Cinderella. They're the only double-digit seed left in the tournament, which means we don't have to wait. Honestly, the biggest Cinderella right now in my eyes is Alabama. Like, get their ass out of there so we can enjoy some good games. There's going to be one blowout this weekend. It's going to be Michigan, Alabama.
I
So
didn't know we were gonna go here. Oh my god.
I no, I didn't plan on it. I ain't gonna lie, but
Now
I
you've
I
invited I can't
I,
let you die on this hill by yourself.
no, I love the fact that every game this week has potential to be a great game. I mean,
So
we're watching two games right now,
yeah,
and I mean, you got a 2 point game, and Iowa did just score to go up, or Nebraska just scored to go up by 5. But
I'm locked in on the Texas Purdue game. No, and we started this conversation in our group chat. We got a show group chat. Can't leak everything, but I will leak this. Um, I made a controversial statement that no, I don't really like Cinderellas. I don't judge me, hate me, call me names. When we clip this, I'm gonna be called. I just muted myself. Uh,
yeah, you did.
yeah, I think I was trying to tell myself to shut up. Um, but I'm just I don't know, man. I'm not. I don't. I mean, they're cool. I don't mind seeing them, like seeing one Cinderella happen. But honestly, when we get to the Sweet 16, I'm sorry. I want to see Duke, St. John's. I want to see Michigan State, UConn. I want to see Arizona, Arkansas. I want to see those games. I'm sorry, Michigan, Alabama. I'm sorry. Sue
Yep.
me. I don't want to see. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't
No,
know what to tell you.
I'm with you. Um, Matter of fact, my bracket out of protest this year, my final four was all 4 1 seeds. um, and I swear I did it out of protest just because I was like, you know what? There's not going to be any Cinderella this year.
All my
And
I got 3 1 seeds and 1 2 seed.
okay,
So
yeah,
I mean,
pretty
yeah.
much there.
My
Um,
okay. Well, let's go ahead and say that. Well, what is because for the first time in 20 years, my best friend didn't do a bracket with me because he likes his coworkers more. So my final four is Duke, Houston, I think, and Arizona, Michigan. And I've got Duke, Arizona, national championship.
same national championship. Um, but swap out Florida for Houston. So I'm down a man already.
In the national, you had Florida in the national championship?
No, 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 no. Final
Oh,
four.
oh,
Well, so
final four, final four. Yeah.
we had the same national champion.
Okay. Oh, you
Um,
picked Duke?
well, no, Duke, Arizona. I picked Arizona.
Okay. Oh man, I'm telling you, Jamal. Like he said in the comments, I'm not welcome to Arizona per sources. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of hope Arizona wins. I kind of like. I mean, they haven't won one. The West Coast haven't won one since '97, I believe, is what they said. Also, before we move on to the football, we got like 5 minutes before this segment's over. Let's each give one game that we're looking forward to this weekend, and I'll go. You may say the same one as me. St. John's versus Duke is the one I'm most interested in. Because if Petrino, who, by the way, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, I think he's the best coach in college basketball. I think what he's done at multiple schools, winning multiple national championships, the opportunity to win a third national championship at a third different school. I just think he's the greatest coach in college basketball right now. I think he's the
Yeah.
best. But if St. John's can get Duke to play his style of basketball, which is elite defense, and kind of getting in the muck, like a football term we use, get them in a phone booth. I think Duke better watch out. And I'm a little nervous as somebody that picked Duke to win the national championship. And I'm pretty nervous about that.
Duke hasn't played great in the first 2 rounds.
And
So that could either build over or you'll come out and have that game where you're just on fire.
yeah,
So that could
and
go
it's
either way.
concerning. They played a defensive team very similar to St. John's, not as good as St. John's, but they played TCU, kind of same style,
Yep.
and they had 17 turnovers that game. And one thing St. John does amazingly is scoring off turnovers. They're like one of the top teams scoring off turnovers. So
Yeah.
I'm very curious. That's the game I'm looking forward to. What game are you looking forward to, or is it that one?
Honestly, I'll be honest, dude. I can't answer that question, which is kind of goes back to what I just said. I'm looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Arizona Arkansas game. Arkansas is playing lights out right now. How well will they stack up against against Arizona? Um, Michigan State, UConn. I mean, that's the all time. I feel like that's an all time classic game.
If my pick doesn't happen, I'm rooting for UConn to win it all because my wife, Miss CFB Talks UConn fan. So I'm rooting for UConn. So yeah, that game I am looking forward to though. Tom Izzo, Dan Holt, man, God Almighty.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. There's not a game I'm not looking forward to. Honestly, watch out for Tennessee and Iowa State, man.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Tennesssee's playing some ball right now.
That's what's helped me in our group chats bracket. I'm the only
Same.
one. I'm the
I
only
have
one.
Tennessee still in it. Yeah. I think I have them losing.
Rick Barnes don't go. Rick Barnes always makes Sweet 16, baby.
Yeah, I don't think I have them getting past this week, but watch out for it. I wouldn't. I put it in a free bracket. I wouldn't bet money on it.
Nah, yeah, you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for it. But yeah, March has been awesome. I'm looking forward to not being able to watch the national championship because it starts at 9:00. But the lead up to it has been amazing. All right, man. I didn't think we probably could have done win totals and had time, but we'll save that for next week. All right, let's get into it. If you stuck with us, we're now transitioning back to college football. We don't usually talk college basketball. This will probably be the last time we talk about it. But we love sports. So, all right. Most intriguing coordinator hires of the offseason. Austin, where you want to start? You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You go first. Do you want to go like start in each conference, or do you just want to just go?
I did write down one at least for each conference, so we could do that. And if you don't have one for a conference, just say it. Well, let's start in the ACC. Let's start there.
Okay.
Bobby Petrino.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not going to spend too much time on this because we kind of talked about that one a lot in our spring storylines. So I'm not going to go too long, but he's an elite. Go ahead.
I was just going to say before we get started on this, keep in mind the host didn't set this segment up very well. These are just coordinators that we are intrigued by, right?
Yes.
We're not going to go because there was like how many coordinator hires in the offseason? 63. So we're not going to go through all 63. We're just going to pick some that we're kind of, intrigued by that we think could work out or could not work out. So
yeah, that was a horrible job by me, and you're right. So
it's all right.
Man, Bobby Petrino, that's just fascinating. I'm very, very intrigued by that. He's an elite offensive mind. I still get pissed to this day of how bad Arkansas's defense was, that we didn't get to appreciate how absolutely elite that Arkansas offense was. I mean, you look at any freaking metric, advanced stats wise, and that offense was just absolutely elite. And the dudes they had on there, that Mike Washington at running back, who I think just ran a crazy 40 time at the combine. I mean, just absolutely elite. So I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to put together a decent offense at the least, at the bare minimum. My biggest question is him and Belichick, how do they gel? Because when he was with, they're both kind of from the same cut, from the same cloth. They're both
Yeah.
pretty intense. They're both pretty the bad cops. I thought, even though it didn't work out in the grand scheme of things, I thought him and Pittman worked out pretty well because Pittman's kind of chill, laid back, kind of had that good cop vibe to Bobby P's bad cop vibe. And now if you're the quarterback, you got Belichick and Bobby P. I don't know. Just I don't know.
Feels weird, right?
It does feel weird. So it's very,
I mean, it may be beautiful.
yeah,
I hate to say it. If anybody could turn that offense around, it's Bobby Petrino.
absolutely.
But I know a lot of our shows this off season, we've talked about just the fit, right? The feel of what it just feels like it's going to be, and I don't know. This doesn't feel right, but on paper it looks great. So
I mean,
um,
like I
I
said,
don't
as
know.
long as you hide the motorcycles and hide Jordan, all is going to be good. All is going to be good.
Maybe she'll be the good cop.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, definitely saw that in her life. Uh, did you have anybody in the ACC that intrigued you? I know you talked on the phone with me earlier about one.
Until my Chad Morris.
Yeah.
That one's intriguing, and I've said this. I think right after the season ended and this all went down. Um, I don't love the hire,
I hate it.
but I think the him and Dabo's connection, uh, as fast as Dabo has to turn the offense around, like he doesn't have. Let's just say we'll be talking about Dabo next week. Um, for people that don't know, it's going to be our hot seat show.
Yes.
Um, he doesn't have long to turn it around, especially after last season. Man, there was too much talent on that football team to do what you did. It just there just was. There's no excuse whatsoever. So he doesn't have long. My only thing is I just I think the familiarity was the word I was looking for between Dabo and Chad Morris is his only shot at coming in and having a chance to turn it around quickly.
I've made it known in previous shows. I just think it's just Dabo going back into the well.
I I agree. I think he's done.
Play.
I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't.
but
He hasn't coached in. I mean, he just hasn't. It's been a while since he. I don't know. He's not the innovator that he was back in the day. Everybody's running. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. We'll see. I only had one in the Big 12, Austin, and that's only because I kind of forgot he was hired. Brennan Marion, the go-go offense, going to Colorado. I do think. Oh, this is a good question from Dabo. I mean Dabo. That'd be awesome if Dabo was in the chat.
no,
That would be cool.
because
I
he
know
wouldn't like
Smart
my
Podcast.
he wouldn't like my answer to that
No,
question.
he won't like my answer either. I'll take it a step further. It should have been his last year this year. I don't know what. I get it. He's won national championships. But and we're gonna get really in deep on this on the hot seat show next week.
Yeah.
But to answer Jamal's question, I
Yes.
do think it's his yes, yes, yes. I don't. He should have been fired last year. I understand legend and all that, but at some points, enough's enough. You gotta put it. You gotta do it. Brendan Marion at Colorado is really fascinating me. The go-go offense is a very unique offense. They run the ball. They run it in a very unique way. I mean, if you've played NCAA, I know that if you're a college football fan, you probably played NCAA. If you've played it, that offense is absolutely electric on the PS5 and on the video game. It's fun to play. His offense always does good everywhere he's gone. He's an innovator. I think he's an interesting character, to say the least. And at Sacramento State, yeah, they didn't have a great year, but his offense was top in the conference that they were in. So that one's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
I didn't have anybody else in the Big 12. Did you? No? Yes.
No.
The Big 10. Chip Kelly. We ain't talked about him much. Northwestern. Chip Kelly's an odd duck, ain't he? He just kind of I was thinking about this earlier when I was thinking about what I was going to say about this part of the show. I feel like years from now, when Chip hangs it up, and we're one of those random days where I can't be the only one that do this, where you randomly think about an old somebody from a celebrity or a coach or whatever, and you just Google them and
Right.
pull up the old Wikipedia to kind of
Yeah.
refresh your memory. I'll do that from time to time. Actors, singers, whatever, just a refreshment. Like, what happened to them? I feel like when Chip Kelly's gone and retired, we're gonna pull up our him on Wiki, and we're gonna see Oregon, or he started off at a small school like New Hampshire, and then we're gonna see Oregon. Okay, then we're gonna see NFL. All right, and then we're gonna see UCLA. And you're like, and he picked UCLA over Florida. And we're gonna be like, okay, yeah, that was weird. Then we see him go to Ohio State, and we're like, all right, yeah, makes sense. As an offensive coordinator, not
won
a
a
head
national
coach.
championship.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator. Then he goes back to the NFL, and, like, all right, and then you see him, and we're just gonna be like, it's a roller coaster. Like, this is a lot of odd jobs sprinkled in with some power jobs, sprinkled in with some NFL. It's like this dude kind of just beats to his own drum, man, and it's fascinating. I know he had more offers than Northwestern, but Chip's he kind of just goes. He's just an odd guy. He just kind of does. It's an odd fit, but I think it has potential because I do think Chip Kelly's one of a premier offensive coordinator.
I agree. I don't. I'm like you. I thought he would go somewhere bigger, but maybe there's more to it behind the scenes. Maybe he's head coach in waiting or something. I don't know.
I didn't think about this. Why didn't he just go back? I'm sure Ryan Day would have got him back. I was surprised by that.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't think about that.
Maybe there was more there. Because who they hired? Arthur Smith?
Yeah, Arthur Smith. We talked about him last week. And I'll be honest, I'm an Aiden Childs guy who's a transfer from Michigan State that came over to Northwestern. He has not played up to his potential at all. He's kind of been deemed a bust. I'm one of those guys, when I get locked into a guy, I give him a little bit more leeway. I'm still on the Aiden Childs hype train, or not hype train. There is no hype anymore, but I'm kind of on that bandwagon still. I'm not ready to give up. I do think him and a Chip pairing could be. It has potential. It has potential. Yeah. Northwestern having the offense is going to be great because if it works out, because Northwestern hasn't had an offense since the Kennedy days. Bigger impact, Athletes Forum podcast asked, bigger impact this year, Chip or Gary Patterson at USC? Ooh. I'm going to go Chip.
I'm going to go Chip just because, Gary hadn't he been out of the game for a couple of years?
He's been out of the game for a hot minute.
Yeah, I think. Matter of fact, hold on. I put it in my notes here.
He's been out.
He's been gone 4 years. I read something said he hadn't been on the. I don't know what he did 4 years ago, if it's how long, but it said he hadn't been on the sidelines in 4 years. So,
it's only been 4 years since he's been a head coach, though?
No, I said I don't know what he was doing 4 years ago. I just remember reading that hadn't been coaching at all in 4 years.
Yeah, I think he'll have the bigger impact. I'm not. I don't know about. Yeah, I'm with you on Gary Patterson. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. Another one I'm curious about, Illinois, Bobby Hawk. Yeah, he was a senior analyst at Texas. Yeah, that's right. I do remember that. Former Montana coach, Montana Grizzlies, FCS superpower. He left as the head coach, went to Illinois as a defensive coordinator. Really fascinated by this. I'm pretty unique, and I can talk about this because I love Montana Grizzlies. I watch them. That's my FCS team. They're my favorite team. I love watching them, and so I'm pretty familiar with him. He's a very he's a defensive minded coach. He's very in the FCS anyway. Was always elite. His offenses or his defenses at Montana was always um been great. I mean, the last 8 years they've been top five, and I think in the Big Sky and everything. So I'm curious to see how
Yeah.
that goes. I know they're not going to get Ohio State type players, but Illinois is going to have better athletes than
Montana
Montana.
did.
Yeah, than
Yeah.
Montana did. So that's
No.
fascinating.
What's up with all these coaches?
I don't even think I took shots at Jamal on his show last night that I remember. I'm just saying,
facts ha-
those here don't watch you, Jamal.
facts have no feelings, and that's a fact.
Oh my God.
Anyhow, what's up with all these coaches? Like, hey, I'm announcing my retirement, and then like, because didn't Mock say he was retiring from Montana,
Yeah, and then
and then like turn right around, it's like, oh, never mind, I was just kidding. I'm going to Illinois.
did the whole song and dance about the game and how I'm hating it now and the agents and the blah 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 blah. Me and Pops actually argued about this on Twitter one time because I called him out for it, and not Pops, the coach, and was like, this is why we don't take you seriously, you coaches, because
Yeah,
you say stupid shit and then don't back it up. Um, I get that he's going to be like a play caller, so he's not going to have to deal with what he dealt with in Montana. And so, but he's still going to have to deal with some BS as a defensive coordinator. So I don't know.
yeah.
Anybody else in the Big Ten that fascinates you before we go to the SEC?
I mean, you don't want to talk about your Jason Beck hire?
Oh, I mean, I feel like I've talked about it so much that I'm kind of. I mean, no, I love it. I love it. I think it's a phenomenal hire. I'm very intrigued by it. I'm gonna watch more Michigan football than I've ever watched in my life this
Yeah,
year because I'm a big Jason Beck fan and a big Bryce Underwood fan.
yeah. No, I agree. I didn't know if you wanted to elaborate on that, but yeah, you've talked about that since it
Yeah, I mean,
happened.
as somebody that has to clip the stuff for the show, I don't want to keep putting the same shit on TikTok. So, honestly, the Big Ten got a whole makeover for coaches, athletes forum podcast. Yeah. And I'll be honest, Josh Pate mentioned this, so I'm not going to take credit for it. I'm not going to take credit for it. I think, and this is hard for me to admit, we're both SEC fans. I think the Big Ten has lapped the SEC in coaching hires as far as like the last couple of years. I think that's part of the reason they've done better than the SEC lately. I think they've lapped them in hiring staffs, hiring head coaches. To me, that's just reality of it, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Yeah, you should listen to Josh Pate's take on it. He has a way better take on it than I'm piggybacking off him.
Yeah.
Go listen to Josh Pate. I'll send it to you, but anybody out there, just go listen to a recent Josh Pate, I think, episode, and he talks about it, and he's talked about it a couple of times, and I could not agree more. It was a very good point. We love Josh Pate. Got a chalice of supremacy right up here from him. So that was for us. The SEC. I didn't want to write this one down, but I did. I feel like I've gone a couple of weeks without talking good about them stinking Gators. Uh, I like the Buster hire. That's the most intriguing one to me. I think this is a guy that we can get Florida back to great offense, which is what they've been starving for since.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan Mullen did it a little bit. Dan Mullen did. Dan Mullen got him a taste of it again. But other than Dan Mullen, it has
make
not
make
been.
make him do it one time, Jamal.
I will never in my life. I will never. That's one. That's one thing I would not cross. I've already crossed too many lines doing this show with the Gators. But I do like it. I think he's gonna get Florida back to being a scary offense. And what I really love about it is it's going to be scary, but it's also going to be physical. It's going to be a physical brand of football because Buster likes to run the ball. He just does it in a very unique way. It's almost like Jamal can correct me if I'm wrong. It's almost like a triple option, but in a more fancy shotgun
Yeah,
26
it,
way.
it's a triple option that can pass.
Yes, that's way. Yeah, you said it
I've
perfectly.
it used to drive me crazy. You'd have these teams that ran the triple option, and and I always used to think to myself like, "Go find a quarterback that can run this and throw. You'll be unstoppable."
Yeah,
Like,
and
so
that's the thing. The offensive coordinator that's probably given Kirby the most trouble has been Buster. I know he hasn't put up a lot of points, but
no,
Buster
I
has.
agree.
Well, other than that 8 overtime game, they put up a lot.
Well, that's because they
Um,
played for 6 hours.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, I think Buster is going to fix that offense. That's one hire I'll be completely shocked. Another one I'm intrigued by. Austin, or no, what did you have? Did you like that? What's your thoughts on it?
No, you've said it all. I'm with you. I think, I think they ruined what was going on at Georgia Tech, and set them back years. But I looking forward. If I had to pick a team that is moving in the right direction this year, of all the coaching carousels, if anybody who, if I had, if if you put all them in a pot, said which one of these teams could win a national championship next, it's Florida.
Yeah, if we did never mind. You know that may be a show idea. Never mind. Let's table that. Um, Jim Knowles. I'm
Ah,
I'm I got asked about that TikTok live earlier. Hey, if you want to follow us on TikTok live, good time to take a break real quick. Hey, go hit us on College Sports Crew on TikTok, College Sports Crew on YouTube, and College Crew on Twitter. Look, I know I'm biased. We do amazing stuff on this channel. Jamal has, to me, one of the best shows on Wednesdays. I love his show. Is it's to me it's so good. He talks everything. So if you want a little bit of college basketball, he's your man. You want a college football, he's your guy. And he does it solo. That's what's so damn impressive to me. Like I couldn't imagine. Me and Austin talked about this on the phone, and we marvel at how he does this shit solo. It's absolutely crazy. And I've made a joke. I mean, I'm a pretty confident guy. Austin is too. I feel like we're gonna take off. We talk ball is, but I've always made a joke with Austin, and I've even told my wife this: if there's anybody that takes off on this channel and blows up, it'll be Jamal because he's super talented. So check him. He got Pops. He's moving right now. We love you, Pops. Going back home to the South. Finally leaving the.
back to SEC country.
Yes,
He
yes.
said he got tired of watching soft football up there in the Big Ten country, so he was coming back to this where they play real football.
Clip that. Um, I and then Pops has his shows, veteran, chasing Omaha, all those good stuff, and he does a phenomenal job with Ian. And yeah, I Jim Knowles. I'm fascinated with this one because if this, I'm just curious if this works because I don't think he's very easy to work with. I think
Yeah.
that I've expressed my concerns about it. I just what's intriguing to me is how complicated his defense is, how complex it is. And then the other thing that intrigues me is like why I'm very concerned at the fact that Ryan Day and Ohio State didn't try to keep him. They
Yeah.
didn't give much effort. They gave an extension, but they didn't fight hard for that guy to stay. And I'm not trying to take a shot. I'm not trying to let Penn State fans catch strays right here, but I'm sorry. You're Ohio State. You don't if Ohio State wants to keep you, they're going to keep you. It's really
Yeah.
that simple. And particularly for a lateral job. And that concerns me. The shine has wore off on me with Jim Knowles. I feel like Josh Heupel made a flash hire similar to
Yeah.
James Franklin. And I don't know. I don't really like it.
Yeah, my thing with that, I mean, he has the accolades, right?
Yeah.
Um, Somebody with those kind of accolades don't bounce around like he has the last couple of years. So I'm with you. It's again on paper, sure, it looks great,
Mm,
but we go back to that fit talk. It just feels funny.
it does.
So while we're talking about defensive coordinators, one that I'm intrigued with is not a hire, but more of a retainment, and that's Lane being able to keep Blake Baker.
Oh yeah,
Um, that's got to be Blake has to be his best defensive coordinator he's ever had on the other side of the ball, don't you think?
uh, absolutely. This
Yeah,
this has the potential to be very scary.
yeah. No, that whole dynamic just
It's
they
very
they they could be if they can put a team together and stay together for and when I say team, not even players, the coaches staff, if they all come together and do what Lane's capable of on offense, what Blake can do on defense, um they keep that together for a couple of years,
I'm
there will be a national championship out of LSU.
I'm glad you brought this up. This is going to give me an opportunity to like close the show on this because I think that's it for us tonight. Unless Austin had another team.
No.
Uh, I'm glad you brought that up because this will give me an opportunity to get the Lane Kiffin haters off my damn back because I've been called every name under the sun on TikTok and YouTube. I think I was called a Lane Kiffin crotch sniffer last week. That was fun. Uh, did you see what he said the other day?
Ain't no telling. I see what he says a lot of days.
Yeah. Um, I don't have the exact quotes, but essentially what he was doing, holy God, Texas is maybe winning this dog. Okay, timeout. I got a little bit. You know what? You want to table this to next week?
Let's table it.
Yeah. Come
We're
back
coming
next
down.
week for my Lane Kiffin rant where I'm going to criticize Lane Kiffin. For you people that think I'm just a Lane Kiffin jock sniffer, I'm going to criticize him. I'm going to give him some criticism because I think he's saying some stupid shit, which Lane saying stupid shit never would happen, right?
Never.
Never. All right, let's go finish these March Madness because apparently we have two killer games, and Texas may pull this off. Go SEC, baby. All right, we'll catch y'all next week.